Hey, welcome everybody. This is Club Cashew here again. We're going to be doing this is Story Wednesday, and this one is we're going to be doing Back to the Delta Quadrant, All That Glitters. This was an interesting one I liked. I think you're going to like it too. It's one of the more action-packed ones. It's got a little bit of a twist to it. I mean, it's kind of just, I should say it's got more of a twist to it. Not as much action, it's got a twist. And then, then it's just patrols again, right? And the next one is the Gabali Front. And that's the one where you go and you're going to go to a planet and do miniature quests all over that planet. And then we go after that too. Which I might show you a few of those, like on a different day than Story Wednesdays. Unless I'll probably get in there myself and check it out and see if there's actually any good stories in there for next Wednesday. If not, I'll give you a recap. And then we'll jump over... maybe recap or do it on like Friday or something, just a normal day. And then we'll go over into the Delta Quadrant, capture the flag, team up with RR List and confront the Vaudoir, who are the bad guys. And we're almost done, you know what I'm saying? Not even close, actually. No, we're almost done because I bet these aren't all. Some of these are probably patrols. But we're getting down to, that's a patrol. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty, that's a patrol almost. It's like, that's getting down to the nitty-gritty, right? So, and there's Harry Kim. I think he's captain this one. And we'll be done here. So, which is kind of funny. This is like years ago. So. And this little something I was finding out, though, that Jerry Ryan actually, on a side note, absolutely loved doing these different ones here. You're going to see her. She's in Mindscape. She's in, I think she might be in she's in Revelations. And we'll see what happens with all that.
The doctor is asking for assistance with the situation in the Shenda system. I'd like you to lend a hand.
In the Shenda system, so we're gonna hold our A, and we're gonna go to All That Glitters. Actually, we're gonna do our duty officers first. See what we got this time. They can help us level up. Look at that. Yeah, good job. You're amazing. Not what you're doing. Where everything is let's get all this.
Congratulations, Admiral.
Helps out our fleet, which, by the way, we now have our trans-warp corridor, so we can warp to our fleet anytime we want, and we'll do that at the end of this. We already have a tactical officer, we'll have a science officer really soon. We're essentially just pouring in everything we have into these guys, which is pretty cool. And unfortunately, it has put on hold some of the upgrades on my other guy. I'm just like, it is on my Romlian, which I've showed you as a scimitar, just literally needs one more. But I mean, we're trying to I want to get these starbase up and running before she makes some of the most dilithium. She's one of the most finished out characters I have. I'm playing the second most finished out character right now, and we'll be going in and I'll be showing some working on the other guys here soon. And yeah, stuff like that. So I think our other follower here, we got some new viewers. One of them is one of the really well-known PvP people on Elder Scrolls Online, so shout out to Havoc. Yeah, so if you join us, just know this Saturday is going to be dope. So tune in, get to see some real cool stuff, you know, versus Bugs Gunny and the Red Crew and all that stuff. So it'll be kind of fun. I've actually played with all those guys before, so it's very interesting to watch how that dynamic works out. Let's see here, where are we? Well, it's kind of funny because you can play with those guys, but they may not know you're playing with them, just because they usually pull in larger groups. But I mean, last night we had a bunch of fun just playing Keep Away with Red Scroll. It was like 20 of them versus the 6 of us. It was like pretty sweet. It was definitely an eye-opener. You learned a lot with some of these guys like that. But let's get on to the story, yeah? No more talking. Engage, sir. So we're going to transwarp in there, drop in there, and see who needs what. Let me get a little water here. My mouth is feeling kind of funky. And again, if you don't know what the Delta Quadrant is, in Star Trek, this is Eliza Flores. I think I always had her with a little Irish voice. We have arrived here in the shared system, Captain. The distress signal is coming from the transport dead ahead, and will be received no response from their hails. I'll keep trying, but perhaps our guest knows more. The emergency medical hologram EMH, known as the Doctor, is in their shuttle bay and waiting for our hail. That was a bad accent, but just waking up on the streets. Yes, sir. Here we go. Take us to the Doctor's shuttle. Do a much better guy Irish accent. Not the greatest, but I always think it's interesting that here in the future, there's always accents in Star Trek. So that's something that shows that cultures, even though they've combined and worked with others, to still have their own singular thing. Meaning that diversity is then something that people really appreciate, and which is really cool. It's supposed to be like that in the future. I'm gonna dump this in here. So, Criff, if you're new to Star Trek, don't know Star Trek, not sure why you'd be watching Star Trek Online, but it's a good game. And just so you know, in Star Trek, usually the first one, Captain Kirk, everything takes place right here in this little area, and a little bit farther out later on. And then as we get farther and farther out, this is what's called the Alpha Quadrant, where the blue square is. This is Beta Quadrant, Beta Quadrant, Alpha Quadrant, yellow square, so Beta, Alpha, Delta, and then Gamma. Why they used Greek, I'm not really sure, but they did. Here we go. Let's see what's going on.
Pleased to meet you. I scanned your service record before your arrival. You've been in quite a few battles, haven't you? Ever stop to think about the strain you're putting on your medical crew before you charge into combat? Of course you don't. No captain ever does.
That's Robert Picardo is the voice. That's the original Doctor from Star Trek Voyager. So we say, nice to meet you, Doctor. Or nice to meet you too, Doctor. Have you ever thought about the strain you've put on your captain with all these questions?
We've been hailing this Okamban freighter for some time, but we're not getting a response, and our sensors cannot penetrate their shields. Their initial distress signals indicated that they were suffering from Paranesti measles. I can treat it easily, if I can get onto the ship. Now that your ship is here, it should be trivial to board the vessel and assess the situation. Transport me aboard your vessel, and then my shuttle can return to Voyager.
Prepare to transport. So now we know. So the Kampa that's the alien race that Kess was. She was like one of the main, or one of the two lead female characters in the season 1, the start of the story. She leaves.
Your ship has more powerful sensors than my shuttle.
She's the shorter, blonde-haired lady. Gal. Scan the disabled ship. What's going on here with the old Combine? What the fudge is going on? What is that? Ooh, we're getting scanned or attacked or something. What? Whoa! Red alert! Commence separation.
Hold your fire. I am Gaul, leader of the Vatwa.
You're like Gull. Ducat. Gull.
Greetings. I am Gaul, leader of the Vatwa supremacy. I apologize for the overzealousness of my soldiers. This action was not authorized.
I am Admiral Finley.
I'm pleased to finally meet you. It appears your presence here in the Delta Quadrant has inadvertently caused some conflict between us. I would rather avoid any more unpleasantness. Would you be willing to meet with me face to face?
Yes, but I have found talks are best done on neutral ground.
That is understandable. Do you have a location in mind? There are not many areas of the Delta Quadrant where my people are not reviled.
I might know of a place. I will be back with you in a moment. Cut channel. That's usually where they do that. Like on Star Trek, they're always doing like a hand signal. That I always thought, like, wouldn't that be weird if you're talking to somebody, like video chat, right? And they're like, they do this, you know, hand underneath their throat real quick, like cut, and all of a sudden you can't see them, and then they come back and then they're talking to you again. Like, well, that seems like super rude.
Oh, what a wonderful surprise! Is there anything I can do for you?
Yeah, hello, Neelix. We need a neutral place for our diplomatic negotiations with the Vaudois. Yes, that Vaudois. And I was wondering if you could help us out.
Diplomatic negotiations? I am Starfleet's ambassador to the Delta Quadrant. I would be more than happy to offer my services as mediator. As for the location, Dexa and most of our people are on New Talax now, but we still have the Astro. It's mostly empty now, just a few cleanup crews. And the Kazon have been leaving it alone. It would be perfect.
So we can either say, thank you for your assistance, it's greatly appreciated, or we can kind of flatter them, or we can be like, the asteroid base sounds perfect. Your diplomatic assistance, however, no need to trouble yourself. As in, you know, like, it's kind of like, hey, we do need that, but you know, Neelix, let's not make this too complicated. And I think I'm gonna go with thank you, your assistance, greatly appreciated. Now we need to hail
Well,
Gaul.
Did you find a suitable location for our meeting?
There's an asteroid base in the Atomba system that the Talaxians have been using.
Talaxians? Are there still Talaxian communities? How odd. The site is agreeable. Send my ship the coordinates and I will meet you there.
Coordinates sent. We'll talk to you there.
I'm contacting the closest medical ship. They can investigate this further while we meet with Gaul.
Excellent idea, Doctor. Not quite yet, Flores. So we're going to... Flores, go ahead and engage magnetic movement. Magnetic interlock. There we go. Engage the magnetic interlock. We're going to put the ship back in. Put the ship back in. They never do that kind of thing in Star Trek.
I'm contacting the closest medical ship. They can investigate this further while we meet with Gaul.
And then Les Flores says, We have set course for the table system as soon as you're ready there, sir. And I say, yes, we're ready. Engage. Or fast. And we're here. Sir, we've arrived in the Antrampa system. Gaul's ship is already here and has been transported down to their base. Alright, let's fly over the asteroid.
Imagine using a medical emergency as a trap.
Engage.
The Vaudois have no shame. I don't trust Gaul.
Thrusters.
He betrayed us on Vaudois Prime. He'll do it again.
No, Doctor, I don't. We have to give Beast a chance, Doctor.
It's good to see you again so soon. If I might make a suggestion, I would recommend only bringing 2 crew members with your away team. Gaul brought 4 aides. You'll have the Doctor and myself, and bringing more of your crew down might look like you're trying to get an advantage on him. Gaul seems very touchy. Proper protocol will be important. Are you ready to beam down?
Yeah, beam us down. Alright, so this time, I think, so this is my tactical, and that's my other Doctor of Science, so I can actually switch these out if I want to. I could be like, I think I actually have the Doctor on this, so I could, I've got a hologram of Worf, that's my wife, actually, just kind of made one after her. That's Benny, that's Bula, that's Danny, that's Jazia, that's Kuru. Let's see here. So I can call down my security team. Let's get 2 of these. There we go. I figure there should be like 2 tactical in this one. just in case, you know. Should be, well, I guess that would be bad because it's supposed to be diplomatic, right? This is a diplomatic mission. Maybe no, I should be the only tactical, so we'll go science, and then let's call me engineer. There we go. That way it seems like, oh, you know, just in case something goes wrong, they can fix it, and they're here. Then I'm already tactical, so it's not try to make it too weird for them, right? We've got the doctor, and I noticed he wasn't on there, so maybe they don't let you do the doctor if you've already got him. They're like, oh, that'd be weird.
It's so good to see you. Doctor, it's been 30 years.
You haven't aged a day.
Yes, it's good to see you too, Neelix.
We have a bit of time before we'll begin. We're giving the Vaudwar a fine Talaxian feast to help ease the tension. Doctor, you must tell me all you've been up to.
Oh, Neelix, I couldn't. Not with the Vaudwar here. But I suppose it is important that you hear about my many achievements since our last meeting. And my brilliant research was able to prove conclusively. Thus, I began my grand adventure into the challenge of writing Klingon opera.
Brax and I agreed to never mention the incident again. Well, at least not to Dexa.
Neelix, the Vaudwar have finished the appetizers and are waiting for you.
Oh, well, we had better get going. We can talk more later.
All right, here we go. That was always something I loved about the Doctor's character is he's always had just he's an obvious flaw, right, with his ego, and but he's a genius. It's just kind of how he goes about things. He can also be kind of humble, or at least pure humble at times. You know, it depends on the situation. They make him very human, very relatable in some ways. It is pretty cool. He's guy who's a little like overeducated for his position.
Do you remember Chef Jolax from the last time you were here? He's the one that has been serving the Vaudwar their fabulous appetizers.
Really?
Full bellies make for good conversation, I always say. He told me that Gaul is a little grumpy, but I'm sure you can handle him. Gaul is in the command room now, waiting for us. Jolax should be back soon to take everyone's orders for the main course.
Thank you, Neelix. Let's go speak with Gaul. I kind of want to get that over with first, before we get into the meal. And of course, my guy, obviously I got my clean uniform. I'm representing that. Could like switch it. Got representing that. Clan McTeer. Actually spelled two N's, you'd be like clown with your old, not even old, but the Irish. Where is everybody? Hello. Two anomalies. Wow, there's actually anomalies on this one. I didn't know that. So anomalies are something that you can scan and get like resource. They're like resource nodes. So it's telling me that there's one out there where I was. These are kind of fun because basically what there is there's a mini game inside these. You go find them. Okay. I don't know how it. Okay, so it's where we're gonna be going. I think that's where we're supposed to go, right? We'll find out. So let's go check it out. Let's look at this place. We see if it's changed, see what it looks like, see if there's that smoke still in that one room, you know, where that guy got like his head, you know, hit in. Well, not really hit in, but he got hit pretty hard. Whoa, it's locked. Okay, we can't go in there. Alright, so they must have cleaned it and we're like, boom, locking it up. Like, let's not do anything else there. And yeah, so now the Telexians, you can see they got their own space station. They're kind of coming along, right? I'm probably going to use our turbo lift, I'm guessing. There it is. Let's meet up with the Valdwar leader, Gaul. Cat.
At last. I must say your Talaxian friends are quite hospitable. But down to business. Our meeting is long overdue.
Indeed. It's time to settle our differences.
As do I. My people are damaged, in crisis. We are already at war with the Kabali, and with you, giving your alliance's support for them.
Let us try and find, if we can't find an accord, that both benefits us. Something where, compromise.
Do you know why we fight the Kabali? Their world was once a Vadwar colony, one of our largest. And there is still a large cache of stasis tubes on the planet. Those are my brothers and sisters being held hostage. The Kabali are stealing them, taking their very identities and transforming them.
They won't return the remaining tubes? I mean, that almost feels like a hostage situation.
The Kabali would rather watch us die and use our corpses as fuel for their unnatural corruption. Is it wrong to fight against your own extinction? Don't we have a right to survive as well?
There must be a way we can end this peacefully. This war will scar the quadrant for decades to come if we continue this. There has to be a way we can do
There
this
can be no
peacefully.
peace. Not after what they've done. Are you suggesting we are weak? That we should just lay down and die for them? No. We will not.
No, but destroying the Kabali isn't right either. There are greater threats in the galaxy that we have to face. Think of the Borg, species 8571. Who knows what's coming out next? And the more we work together,
Do not try to
the more
pacify
we're gonna
me. We will have our retribution. You have my offer. Abandon your alliance with the Kabali and support us, and we will be your strongest ally in the quadrant.
I'm not here to start a war with the Kabali.
Peace. You know nothing of what it means to be Vadwar. You need to understand.
What do you mean?
The Vadwar have endured too much to make peace. Do you expect us to forget the destruction of our cities? The massacres of our people?
The food's almost ready. What would you all like for your main course?
You need to understand even the smallest fraction of our anger.
Oh.
He's dead. I'm sorry.
No!
Does that make you angry, Talaxian?
No, it makes me sad. Sad, Jolex. And for you.
Then we are not done.
Oh, Lord. So we've got a major problem here. We gotta figure out what's going on. Contact our ship. Liza? Admiral, there's an entire fleet up here opening fire on the remaining Talaxian ships. We've sent a distress signal on every ship in range. We'll do what we can to stop the protected Talaxians, but we can't afford an all-out war against the Union ships. What happened? Explain the situation, Liza, for us. She says, "That's horrible. Do you think the Gaul has any intention of negotiating in good faith, or was this all an act? They're giving the Talaxians all the time. We're giving the Talaxians all the time we can escape, but they're not looking good here. Some of the Vadwar have already broken off their pursuit of them. I can say, I need a tactical strike team at my location immediately. Or I can be like, I need a scan of the base. Are there any Talaxians left alive? So I can either choose that, okay, what is my priority here? Do I need to lock down the base as quickly as possible no matter what? And that's with the first one. Or is it, I need to know, like, if there's anybody hurt, like, what's going on, right? So because I know there's hardly anybody here, I'm going to go with the first one. Because, I mean, hey, if I can get this guy locked down, we could end this conflict before it gets even worse. I need a tactical strike team at my location immediately. And she goes, we have to drop their shields and transport or launch any shuttle, sir. If you want to do that, I'll lose the ship. I'll try to find a way to get your help to you. But until things are under control here, anything we do is going to be risky. Then I need a scan of the base. How many Talaxians are still left alive? She says, scans have showed 2 large groups of Talaxians in the storage room and in the logistics area, sir. And we have the doors are blocked, but there are Vadwar trying to get into both locations. If it doesn't look good there, Captain, I'm afraid you'll only have time to rescue one group. Good luck, sir. And I say, do your best to save the Talaxians, no matter what. Starfleet will not let any more innocents die today. And of course, this is where we have to make a choice.
Time only to save one group? I do not envy your choice. I would go with you, but I cannot leave Neelix alone, and time is of the essence. I'm afraid you'll have to go on without us.
Very well. Make sure
No,
you get to
I'm going. I can't sit by and let the Vaudouar kill my friends. I won't be a burden. I promise. I have to do this.
Stay close to me, Neelix, and I'll ensure your safety. So, probably time to get the guns out, yeah? Let's, get our pets out. Load out. Actually have a new pet. Grab that one. There it is. This is a large tardigrade. One of the few species of things that can actually survive in space. That's a real life thing. I'm not making that up. Tardigrade is in real life is a small, incredibly small biological entity. We also call them water bears. I hear a lot of fire, so and so it's either like get rid of the fire or see if I can upgrade my guy. I don't think so. I think I have an upgrade thing on him, unfortunately. Alright, so let's just go to the tardigrade. Yeah, show off some stuff, right? You missed it so well. Look on the board, these guys are gonna be like nothing. You're a little tougher last time. There you go. 2 pets out. Lightning strike this thing down.
How do we choose who to save?
We don't. Alright, so last time I think I did these guys here, so we're gonna go and wipe out here. I did that one last time, so we'll do this one. So it's gonna So that's right there is that we got that last big event. There's another event going on right now, and you can get a Janeway hologram. I don't know if anybody's seen that. This is called the Reflections of the Empire event, and the new TFO they came out. I did it. It's great. It's like they bring in Deep Space Nine versus Deep Space Nine. So you got 2 space stations duking it out. Literally, it's Counterpoint. I believe that's the new one, and it's, oh man, it was so much fun.
We've saved the hostages, but they may be safer here. What about the people in the storage room?
Let's go see if we can't save them. I think we'd be able to because how quick we were, right? We're like, boom, boom, dead. Do that though. Oh my gosh, Neelix came out of nowhere. When did he learn to fly? Oh no, I heard a big boom. No!
We should check to see if any of the Telexians survived.
That's the tardigrade. Look how big that is. So that's what it actually looks like, or it's close to looking like that in real life. It's got a very hard shell, almost impenetrable kind of thing, almost like diamond, as they say. Yeah, and it eats things on a miniature scale. It can survive the. We find them at the bottom of the ocean. We find them in space. It's kind of weird, but. And that. Oh no. What? You see these guns? Wow. So dilithium more, so that's like. Right there. Here's that miniature thing. Yep. Just gotta match the 2 basically. So it looks like the Galacticus have weapons. Oh, they didn't survive. No.
Doctor, you have to save them. These are my friends.
They are beyond my help now, Neelix. I'm sorry.
Then we can still save the others. We have to get to the shuttle in the cargo bay.
So the tardigrade actually doesn't really follow you. What it does is it warp in. Is it from that the newer TV series Discovery? In that one, it actually uses like essentially plant spore. They say plant spores live throughout all the universe, and that's how life goes from one place to another. It's like a natural occurrence, and those things use that to go from one place to another. It's called a spore drive. They kind of do their own thing. That's my daughter. Say hello, Desiree. Ooh, you're not pee-pee. That doesn't smell like pee-pee. Go get some wipes. Excuse me. Open the blast door, you gotta save them. Bring tardigrade in. I've never seen that thing fight so much. Look at it go! Holy moly, it's mean. Looks like they're just in front of this. Should be as easy as.
sent a signal to the remaining Talaxians to join us here as soon as possible.
In the show, this thing kills like a bunch of Klingons. You can rip features.
More Vodwar on the way! Defend the shuttle!
Metal harder than steel, essentially. So now...
More on the way. If I weren't a hologram, I'd be worried.
It's like nothing but them.
A large number of Vodwar are closing in. I'm afraid they may be too much for you to handle.
The Teray are here to assist. After this, our debt to you is repaid.
That's timely. Here come the Vodwar.
The Vodwar have been repelled. I would have words with you before you continue.
Alright. Last one's over here. So those are guys who came to help out the ones we saved back in episode... the last one, Revelations. So, and you'll find. I mean, Delta Quadrant's got some weak characters. These Vodwar are almost like vipers, like you're just from an actual snake. You see the hood, like they're actually a cobra type of viper. And cobras and vipers, right? So cobras or vipers, I don't know which one. They have a hood, so I would assume a cobra. They're like fixing the shuttle, they're getting ready, right? We gotta get out of here. That's what the shuttle looks like. They're really small. I mean, like that's a two-person cockpit almost, right? Maybe two more in the back, so you can fit probably four in there. And then cargo container, and these are engines. They're not really, they're like super small, and this is a ship that Neelix is found inside. This is, you know, super, like you're crawling from the cockpit to this other cargo area where you're going to store some stuff probably in the back as well, so you might have living quarters then. Actually, that's what it looks like right there. Cargo and then yep, there's a window. Living quarters and then cargo. So, these other guys are more almost reptilian, no? And there's another species that used to be our dinosaurs.
Our help does not mean we are now allies. We are repaying a debt. Our ships are currently engaging the Vodwar fleet. It is unsafe for this shuttle to launch until they are defeated. We will return to our ships. I suggest you do the same. We will provide cover for your ship so it may drop shields to transport you.
Oh. Okay, we appreciate your help, Commander. Alright, thank you, Travell. She says, the Macbeth is ready to transport up, Admiral. Are you ready? She's a Vulcan, right? Ready to leave. Beam me up. It must be the beaming of a hologram there. He actually only is like one little device on his shoulders, what keeps him, lets him go outside a holographic. It's a projector that is mobile. You know, he can attach it to himself. It's hard to, doesn't actually make a lot of sense. in an actual scientific way, but it's actually from the, if I remember, it's from the 29th century, or it's made with 29th century technology, so it's actually hundreds of years in the future.
I knew this meeting was a farce. The word Vodwar means fool in ancient Talaxian. Did you know that? You thought me a fool who would swallow your insults without comment. A fool who would blunder into the trap you set with the Toray. I am not.
You're the one who did this, Gaul.
This
Not
has
me.
destroyed any chance of an accord between us. How disappointing. I had thought you would be a valuable ally. Now you are just another victim.
We did everything we could to make this peace with you, Gaul. You're the one who destroyed it. Liza, separate the ship. Dropping the satellite. Go out of the Phoenix roll. Light it up. Powerful weapons, although their ships are not as strong as ours. They definitely have weapons themselves. A little hard while the shields are down.
Voyager is here. We will not allow the Vodwar to escape.
Admiral Turok, welcome to the fight, sir. Spend some time in space. Taking advantage. Closer, engage Phoenix side. Now!
You came to our aid when the Vodwar attacked our homeworld. Now we have come to assist you. This discharges our obligation.
Thank you for your assistance. Perhaps we can be allies.
How could they do something so horrible? We're no threat to them. We've done nothing but welcome them. And he killed my friends just to make a statement. I don't understand how anyone would be so callous.
So now we have two options. We could say, I am sorry, Neelix, or, will be avenged. I think I'm going to go with I am sorry, get a little bit of empathy, you know what I mean? So, Neelix, I am so sorry, Neelix.
I don't blame you. I agreed to let the Vaudois come here. I put my people in danger. This is my responsibility. I just never conceived that even the Vaudois could be so treacherous. They double-crossed us on Voyager and tried to take the ship, but slaughtering innocent people. My time on Voyager changed me. I saw the best that people could be. I forgot, or wanted to forget, how evil they could be.
Neelix, I promise you that Gaul will face justice for what he's
With your
done.
permission, I'll lead the survivors back to New Talax. Then we can return with a security force to collect the dead.
So that's Ethan Phillips here playing as Neelix. Such great acting in this. You can see that. I mean, this is a video game, so he doesn't have anybody to really bounce off the emotions, to look at the face and try to help the acting go. This is all going to come from your gut. You know what I mean? From your imagination. Farewell, Neelix. I hope we meet
I've
again.
been in contact with the USS Blackwell. They boarded the freighter in the Shenda system, but it was empty. It was all a ruse by the Vaudois to lure us into that system. Everything was part of this play Gaul wanted to perform, from the initial distress call to his intervention and offer to negotiate. And then he used a massacre to set his stage. That's the kind of man he is, and unless he's stopped, the entire quadrant may fall.
Let's hope it does not come to
Gaul
that.
has shown his true nature. I expected he was not dealing in good faith. But nevertheless, we had to make an attempt to find a peaceful solution to our problems with the Vaudois. Now the war will continue. I grieve for all who have been lost, and for those who will fall before this conflict ends.
We had to try it.
Senseless, meaningless death. I'll never understand. I hope Neelix and his people will be able to find some peace, and that Gaul will answer for his crimes. And I hope our paths cross again, perhaps under better circumstances next time. With your permission, I'll return to Voyager.
Permission granted. Very well, Doctor. It's been a honor. And she said Eliza again, right? The Talaxian base is safe now, and the surviving Talaxians are making their way to New Talaxia. Shall we depart? I engage.
Gaul
That's
betrayed
gonna
my
be it.
trust years ago when we first encountered the Vaudois. Time hasn't made him any less treacherous or dangerous. He's a warmonger. Must be stopped.
And we got a couple of rewards. You got career-specific rare kit module, so this would give us... Oh, a kit. Okay, I'll show you that in a second here. We can do current lockbox, right? Or get our own personal reward, EMH1. I believe, though... Duty officer, which is actually really good. This is rare, so I might do that. But I'll show you what the kits are. So those are important, too. So it's right here, kit frame. So that's what I'm gonna have there. Or it's probably one of these, honestly. So that's a kit frame. So this is a kit. So this is the it's probably a rare kit. Like a whole, maybe I don't switch out a grenade or something. So I might grab that. Let's grab that. I don't get a
Gaul
lot of
betrayed my
opportunities.
trust years
I
ago
think that's the
when
one
we
I'm gonna
first
go for. Of course, you know to get
encountered
our opportunity to use.
There's something interesting.
There we go. Let's go find out what I got here. Oh, look, we got two things out of it. Tactical lunge, which I don't need. And, yeah, so I don't need either of those. So that's seriously depressing. No, I'm kidding. But, let's see here. Is that a good replacement? Not really. Not at all. And, wow, so this is going pretty bad. Right, we got a stun grenade, and this is a photon grenade. So I mean, they're both. I'm like, dang, right? It's a little sad. So I wish they would have picked the one, but maybe I'm not really. That's a gap closer, which are super useful. They can be. Don't get me wrong. I just don't really need it on this guy right now. So why don't we transwarp to the fleet, and I'll check. We can check out some of the stuff so far. This is actually new, right? I want to show you where I am. So this is why I think it's really cool to unlock that transwarp fleet. So we're over here. Right there, that's where we are. So, it's the other side of the galaxy. So this is our galaxy, this is the Milky Way galaxy. And in reality, so I know it's saying right now that we live, like, on the map it says, like, Earth is here, or whatever. It's like, oh yes, Earth is somewhere. So, I guess the quadrants, we actually live on the outer edge. So, what it would probably be saying is that most of a chunk of the beta quadrant is not known, is how you'd have to say it in real life. It would be more like out over here somewhere, you know, on the edge. So this would be the beta quadrant, like what we're actually seeing, and we haven't explored the rest of this, like towards the center of the universe and all that. And so it shows you that like something this size and that size, the alpha quadrants right over here are really small, so it's like we're only like really going to here, and we still have plenty of our own galaxy to look at, excluding the universe. And same thing, that is not quite the same, almost the same size, right? The gamma quadrant or the delta quadrant is this is what's called the Northwest Passage. So it's actually just a single, very small strip of line. This is where the only part of the Delta Quadrant we really know, and it's what the actually I think the Northwest Passage is right here. This is board space. So they took a special place, the Voyager did, to get through that had less Borg. Anyways, but this is just where the route Voyager took to get home. So you would say they started over here somewhere. Should mean that the Ocampo and stuff's homework should be theoretically here. I don't see Ocampo. New Talaxia, right? Let me look up really fast, see if we can't check that out now that we're up here. What it was called. It's called Memory Alpha. That was the episode. I don't remember what it was called, though. The name of the Ocampo homeworld. And because they were caretakers taking over, they actually suggest that the Ocampa aren't even from the planet they kind of find her on. That they had a long time ago, right? They had all these. They actually had way more powers, essentially, and there. I mean, there's a whole story that could go on there. Honestly, I think for the next actual exploratory journey, good old-fashioned kind of Star Trek show, I mean, you're still gonna have to have some Voyager where there's a main story in between style. That's the only one that really works really fluidly and easily, where everybody seems to like. It's gonna make you the most money, kind of thing. That's where you're gonna find the real story that's left in these galaxies, right? Is gonna, unless you can make up another new one, which they could, right? But I think it would be cool to explore the Delta Quadrant. I mean, think about it. They did Star Trek and Star Trek Next Generation both explore the Beta Quadrant. So let's get. Oh Lord! Turn. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Okay. So we'll, no, yeah, let's just continue to trust me. Trust me. Okay, gotta get space. Keep going. We'll see if we can't find, like, where the caretaker was. The Trekkie system. So Trekkie is what they call people who love Star Trek. Kabali. Just Talax. So I'm guessing it's, I think I'm on season 3 or 4, and they go through this Borg area. So it's got to be past that. It's over here somewhere. Slurry system. Della. So burn system. So there's got to be somewhere over here. See if we can't find that starbase or remnants of a starbase from the caretaker. I think they blow up his starbase, so it should be like remnants. And there's another caretaker they find, her starbase, with that's taken over, taken care of on that starbase is other Akampa. She's like way more powerful. This is the Dyson Sphere. Look at that thing. That's massive. Way bigger than any world you find. So we're actually in Borg territory right now. Look at that thing. That's just so cool. So this is, I'm actually inside like a Ramsworth conduit, I guess you could say. So we're getting towards, we're getting more towards right here. This would be like season 1 is where we're at right now. Star Trek Voyager, this kind of area. We may have to go farther back, which they're not going to let us do, obviously, to where that is, but I mean, not so it was a world. Actually, looks like that right there. I wonder if that's it, because their world was like dry and it was dead on top. Rain upon the fern. Patrol. Let's do it. I haven't actually streamed for a full hour, and that's what I usually do. That's what I'm committed to, is a full hour for everybody. So yeah, let's go check it out. Why not? There's no reason to not. And then we'll, right after that, we'll warp over and then to the, I'll show you what it looks like. And our starbase, the current starbase, and we're unlocking more and more stuff. We've already got ability to repair our ships and buy new ships there. We've got each officer you can do is going to give you new duty officers. We can buy our own gray duty officers now. The only thing we're really lacking with the lithium is getting that, trying to get that mine going as well already. So this, oh crap. Oh no, this is bad. So that right there. No, I see lights on that. And so they're underground. They live underground, the Ocampus. They can't be them unless they've come up and are living on the surface again. So you can actually see, look how massive those cities would have to be with the lights. So we're actually going to leave here. I don't want to. I hate this one so much. You know what? Maybe we'll do it. It's interesting. You'll get to see a really good fight. So I'll take my DPS into this. We're going to try to save the board.
Thank you
but
for
what's going to
responding
happen
to our
is
distress signal.
technically
We were
cooperative,
unsure
not
that it would
active.
reach anyone in time. I am James
Borg
Hunt of the Borg Cooperative. We are in need of assistance.
So the Borg Cooperative, people who've separated themselves, the hint is with 7 of 9, Jerry Ryan. Like, her character is essentially going around helping free these people as well as saving other people. So in that, I'm gonna let you know, huge hints going on, and she was even talking about it and stuff, that it might be, we might have a Jerry Ryan and, oh man, I'm trying to remember her name. Oh, because it would be like 2 co-stars, so it'd be Jerry Ryan and, oh my lord, hold on. I'm sorry, give me a second. Let me look it up. Don't want to insult her. I was like just listening to the other day when they did their little thing. they did a Twitter feed, and we're talking on Twitter about all this stuff. He just kind of listened in. I was hoping to be able to talk to him personally or something, just kind of ask questions, but they didn't. So it's Jerry Ryan and Michelle Hurd. So Jerry Ryan plays 7 of 9, Borg, free from the Borgs, not really Borg cooperative. And then, of course, Michelle Hurd plays Raffi, both wonderful ladies. And it was some interesting questions, and really talking about the relationship that is already established. And I mean, they're not. I think they'd be. Yeah, they're lovers in it. So where they would have to go back in time, and it would be like in between Picard and the explosion. It'd be like after Voyager gets back, before the explosion. It'd be like kind of during Nemesis or something. Where they would have to do that, or it would be the time after Nemesis and after the Romulans explode. Yeah, it'd have to be after. They could do that too, where it's after that, and the Picard's already quit, and so it's just Raffi and Seven, and they're essentially trying to save the universe. And Raffi provides intels and the smart expertise, and she's kind of the one with the computer. She obviously kicks butt too, but Seven, who's with her board capability.
The local star is unstable.
Really just
This is Traken of the Vaadwaur. The Borg are defending the interest of interstellar diplomacists. I'm giving you the opportunity to disengage. Leave this system at once. We will deal with the Borg ourselves. Fair warning. If you remain,
I would say,
we will deal with you as well.
I would just say cut comms is what I'd do. That's what Picard would do. Just just cut it. Just red alert. Just cut the comm, red alert.
So you're If you repair the damage on our vessels, we will be able to work together against the Vaadwaur.
Separate. And we'll go find this last one. He's right over here. Nice. So the spear's good. Now we're gonna go destroy the Vaadwaur. This one you got to be really careful. For one, what happens is that sun shoots off solar flares in this area and starts disabling a bunch of us. So buffer buds here.
The solar flares overload shields. We have
out, stay close.
It will affect everyone else.
Always keep them up. That's what it's the board repair. Have the shields.
Solar flare imminent.
Get out of their firing range if I can. You can see, like, you can't really cover all that much. You gotta repair them again. They're gonna just come in and they can shoot through once they lock on.
Cooperative vessels have arrived.
Whoa, I didn't do that. That's definitely weird. Look around. This one is critical to make sure that you got the right side where there's any kind of shield chilling, right? So let's go repair. Gonna need to repair the things like that. It helps the pressure on. Yeah, I'm using it. I think it was watching this second. I can screw up all I want. Separate. Can't do that yet. So let's put up.
Solar flare imminent.
The nice thing is the solar flare is their shields go down too. They just torpedo. Turn, torpedo. So you got heavy torpedoes from the set. From the set, you can get a heavy torpedo from the set. How come not? There it is. Martok and long engagement. They'll allow you to.
You should have never come to this quadrant. Now you're going to die here.
Go. Woo! I think this is the last one. Just kill these dudes and it's over. But it's some serious fighting in this
Solar
one.
flare imminent.
You gotta be smart about what you're doing. So we gotta go get our Borg buddies back alive, and that's like far more important in a weird way. It's like, look at these dudes. They're all. We're down to one cube, but you're about to knock that out. He's done for, so that's also I'm using, which really helps. And this is the Harkorpen Klingon
reinforcements from the cooperative have arrived.
Kinetic damage all over the place. But we got more. Oh no! And that's the problem, though. They're also juggernauts right there. So dangerous. I want to get their weapons so bad because you can see those things are shooting them. We've got a big corp cube here. He's just dragging. Almost. So we're gonna, unfortunately, they're gonna be picking on right where we're gonna be coming out. And this one's hard because you have no shields, and they're shooting those explosive guys. You gotta knock those dudes out first if you can. So let's go over, help this dude out. He's about to be. Move. Carry the cube at the same time. Nice. So we're gonna get on the side, try to get behind us so he can't get us easily. Nope, right there. Did we get him? No. They're so dangerous. Look at that. They're heavy hitter. And they're tanky. That wiped out like 4 cubes in the problem. But this is the Delta Quadrant, right? It's supposed to be like way tougher. And it is. It's fun. I don't have this picture. Let's flush all the second base for the other one. And now let's turn on the beam fire to burn out anybody else we're having trouble with. Come on. Get him with the explosion. No. Dang it! If I have the heavy, oh, we got him. Did we get him? No way. So we don't need shields on. Oh gosh, man. That's just so devastating. And I'm on a DPS too, so this does not help. He's right where I spawned in, so I'm gonna have to hit him with like a heavy photon if I can. If I can get it up on there. So, if I can just get it up, I'll perform just like I used to back in the day. Some buffs go on here. Get some speed, more of that guy. Knock that dude out. Turn my butt. So gotta get the heavy. There it is. Bam. Come on, man. Are you serious right now? Lord mercy. Man, I'm dumping so much damage on those guys. Okay, we're gonna have to go for the board. There's no way to do that by ourselves like that without being here for another hour. Right? New and improved. Good plan too? Cube. 3. 4. Look at that, much triple. Congratulations, everyone. You're a new player. Because I don't want that. Alright, let's go knock this guy out so I can get rid of this dude. It's gonna be a problem, right? Throw buffs out to all our friends here. I think we finally got him, yeah. One last one to worry about. Godwar heavy artillery vessel. That must have been a heavy vessel. Artillery vessel, damn. He's dead before he even shoots. Woo!
We are grateful for...
So he's way tougher than I want it to be.
We are grateful. Long-range scans are clear.
So there you go. So ignore that heavier guy. Make sure you get those dudes, your board cooperative buddies up again, so they have something to shoot. And yeah, now I know that big dude was actually the big boss. So it's like trying to kill a, let's say, dungeon boss. I mean, these are actually tougher than ESO dopes, but now we're gonna transwarp, and I mean that really does look like that planet from the Acompa, doesn't it? It almost looks like it's on the surface now too. And I've always wanted to. I was just curious, like, what it would look like because we're going so fast as it kind of catches up with us to take that shot because it has to be with a certain distance because it pulls off of our camera, goes to a secondary one. It actually our ship goes forward faster. You get to see the speed it's actually going. That was kind of quick, and then it zooms in again on the secondary camera. That was kind of cool. Oh, we have a new med bay supposedly. I haven't checked it out yet. See that? That's new right there. So it's kind of weird that we transferred from like right over here on the side because that's the transfer thing. You can see it's all metal now. It doesn't look hugely different. These freighters are contraband, I swear. So this is yeah, this is it. There's and it'll actually ask like, where do you want to go? Nowhere, all right. And our space station still level, essentially a level 1 because you go from 0 to 1, and this one, the 0 is an actual place. And I think we got our communications array up, which is, and it's got all 3 of its solar panels. I think that's what I would call that. Nice. And here it is again right here. This is our fleet starbase, so let's dock. And we'll check it out. And we should be, I mean, I think we're going to be coming to the second development of our starbase here soon. We're about to finish the engineer part of it, so let's go check that out real quick since we included all that stuff. Yeah. No, I mean, we still got a ways to go. Looks like we're gonna, I mean, whoa. So it's instead of 10,000, it's like 25, right? So we're at 15. Only 10,000 more to go. That's not too bad. That one's, that's the engineer one, 10,000 to 25,000. We're actually gonna be building, next we're gonna be building the industrial fabricator. We got ship hull or gen buff. It's gonna be a little bit stronger, right? Common fleet engineering. So if you're on a fleet, you're actually stronger, which is super cool. We're gonna get a starship repair thing, a major starship repair, be able to buy for construction projects and different stuff. And new projects are gonna be second different layer in engineering boost, operational assets, advanced fleet, weapons, and advanced fleet engines. So it'll go a little faster, and yeah, we're gonna be like seriously kicking some butt here. And we already built a transport conduit. This is transport conduit 2. Once we get to Starbase Tier 2. And we're going to have a sick bay, a second sick bay. So it actually reskins your stuff. We're working on this right here. Obviously, this is our officer. I'm working on getting an officer inside the sick bay. I mean, we dumped, oh man, dude, today we dumped quite a bit of dilithium. I mean, I hate giving this stuff away, but it's so needed. We got, what, 33,000 in there, I'm about to put another 1,000 in there, so 35 right there. We got to go to 54, so we'll be on this one just for our, essentially our head doctor for our medical bay, our head science guy. Oh man, for probably a couple of more days. Let's go check out science though, because supposedly we have a new medical, new doctor and stuff. So I believe it's right in front of us. There's the doctor. This is why we're getting a head science guy, because that's just inappropriate. So we can actually have our medical ruins treated here now. I don't have any injuries, I don't think. See, you get a cool scan of your character, and I will be doing some much more, and I can do about any of my people, right? Ambassador Worf hologram. So Well, maybe I do have an EHMO one on a different character. Huh, not this one. I gotta get it on this guy. Anyways, so with this one, I have to, for injuries and stuff, I have to major, minor, critical. It explains that stuff later. But basically what's going on is a minor one is one that will go away. You gotta do on, basically they call it, we're on normal right now. They call it hard mode. When you get injuries and your stuff will finally break, your ship will break down. Your weapons, I don't think weapons break, just you can get injured, your ship gets injured. And you have to actually come back to the starbase and get it fixed. You got to go back into this medical person and get healed. Critical ones are ones that are like you doesn't go away. You have to go get it fixed. Minor injuries will only last a little bit. Where the medium ones, they're going to be there for a little bit, but they will eventually go away. Criticals do not go away. It's like a permanent debuff. So basically, that's what they are, is debuffs. And oh yeah, dude, this wasn't here before. We can do some serious doctor stuff. Let's see if these actually... No, it's not like our Voyager thing. They don't close. They almost look like they're broken, because they shouldn't be closed unless somebody's in there. So, I don't know, maybe they're testing them out, making sure they work. And, oh, see, they are. See, this guy's working on them right now. Probably making sure they're all ready for our, new science officer who's coming in. And I don't know, see what else we unlocked over here. TV unlocked Vulcan personnel officer. Not yet. Additional starbase tiers for Vulcan duty officers. So that's like specific, and they have all the ones you'd find on Starbase 1 here, so you can double up basically, I believe. Anyways, that's pretty cool. They're working on lithium crystals. So that's the science section. That's actually the medical lab, Midday. This is Officer 2. Not on yet either, and she is actually... So she's working in here, and this is... Well, you might have seen it on Voyager. They encounter different viruses and stuff, and they'll have them behind what? Place you can't get to, right? Oh man, Lord mercy. Energy barrier that's called a force field. There we go. Oh man. Force field, and I don't think we've unlocked this. There's no light, no power really. So I think we're still working on that section. We're really only locked, it looks like, the med bay, and I kind of tell you that as you're building. So that's really cool, though. And I'll go show you the tactical officer really quick. That's kind of the newest since last time. So we're gonna go to tactical, and it's pretty sweet though to have our own, and we're gonna be stronger. Just two of us right now. So more than welcome to join us, Clan Mac. It's a bit harder though than Elder Scrolls Online for sure, because they have flanking damage and things like that. So, see if there's any Darian personnel officer we haven't locked in, but the only one I believe we've unlocked. You can find these guys down on not Starbase 1, but on Starfleet Academy, the Darian Vulcan, as well as ship requisitions. See, I can buy my own. So that right there is a T6 carrier. That's a featured ship. This is a multi-vector advanced escort. I actually have that. That's what I've been flying. I just have mine look different. Mine's running as the Phoenix. What the fudge? Exploration cruiser. That's kind of cool. I always like to look on that one. I think I actually have that one. Anyway, so there's it on the side. Multi-mission advanced escort. There's your tactical escort. You get some ships there. There it is. So these are your fleet ships, right? Right here. You can buy some of these, and some of them you can only get on a Fleet Starbase, and you can see that it's taking like 20,000 fleet credits plus 5 special things. But from I haven't unlocked those yet, so I'm not sure where they're from. To be honest, you'd have to Google or find that somewhere else. It looks like I actually have 5 of those. I just don't have 275. Oh no, I need 5 of them. I don't have, and I need 1 gold one or whatever. But that's a Carnexian fleet thing, and it's pretty cool. I mean, we buy any of these if we actually have the stuff in. I bet some of these though only come from the special TFOs that happen here at the fleet base. Once we get it high enough, which we should here really soon. We got right here's your escorts. That's a cool ship. I've seen that one flying around. It's an awesome. We got Ramen. It looks like another Nox. Klingon. Right? Different ones, right? Got some cool stuff. The escorts. Here's your cruisers. Science vessels. Warbirds. And then other ships. So, and then that's T5, I think, isn't it? Yeah, here's T6. T6 are, I mean, this is about as high as you can go. You can get T5s to be just as powerful, though. That's kind of cool. Aha, here's what I want to go. I'm going to be buying if I can. So, heavy destroyer is what Mason's got. This is a Vanguard Spark carrier, so it's also kind of large, but I think that's the biggest one they got. This is the Recon destroyer. And this is also the Temporal Vanguard warship, so it's actually for time. Look at that. That's kind of cool. So it takes, you have to have a special do that. Yeah, each one of them, except for that one, takes a special one. This one doesn't. But almost, yeah, it takes a special one too. And I think you come with that one, so you don't even have to worry. Most of them, your Jem'Hadar already have those guys on there. So I thought about doing this guy because this would help back up. I got turn rate just as slow, so it's probably just as big, just wider. While his is much longer, not quite as wide. Experimental weapon slot. You can equip dual cannons. You know, so it's more like a cruiser, like an aircraft carrier, and this is more like a battleship destroyer. And let's see. You can always tell by the turn rate how fast it's going, how big it is. That's got a high hull rate right there versus these dudes. That's kind of interesting. 41, right? 41. This is it does say support carrier though, so it might be just as big as the other one. It's hard to tell. I'm gonna have to like bind it, right? That one's got just about the same health as the other one, so these two must be the smaller ones with the ability to pound like DPS. And these ones are the tanks. There you go. Alright, well thanks for coming out. This is right over. She allows you to switch your stuff. So right up here though, in our tactical area, this is our tactical officer, and she's I didn't remember what we were calling her. She had a name, Gloria, I think is what it was, but you can get, see, I can do these other special things that only she offers. Alright, let's give you an extra lithium and stuff. So, I want to say thanks for watching. Come check me out, Clubcast U50. I do Sea of Thieves, Elder Scrolls Online. I'll be getting back into all kinds of stuff here soon. Oh, is there some chair I can actually sit down there? You know what? I better use. You can catch me on the YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We the Guild Clan Mac has got its own Google page, or not Google, excuse me, Facebook page. You can check it out. Check me out on Twitter. It's ClubCashU50. And you can even get discounts, 20% discount at the Fade Grips. That's the Fade Grips. Just use Cash's Stash. And it's good to cover your controller and stuff just so you don't get it dirty. to get all the sweat on it. Really, that's what I do it for. I don't want sweat on my, and it gives you a little bit more grip on your sticks. If you don't have one of the really expensive ones, you know, get the cheap ones, it's good. I mean, expensive ones good too, I would say, but if you want to make your cheap ones last longer, like an expensive one, or if you have an expensive one that breaks real easy, definitely go out and buy that. Don't waste your time. It's all made out of good solid rubber. I would recommend them. I've got it on my controller right now. It's very comfortable. It's Cash's Stash. Again, just go to fadegrips.com. Thanks for watching. Slán. I'll see you next time.